APR is essentially a College Board course in which you are coming up with a concept or theme to explore throughout the school year, and then within that concept or theme you're asking questions about the work. So an example of this would be one of my students is actually doing genetics as their topic, so they're exploring different genetic diseases that can be passed on from family member to family member, and how they can portray that in their art, and really exploring how they can do that through different types of sculpture mediums, through colors, through just different various things, asking questions about it. So throughout APR, with this overall theme that you have, you're also looking at something called a sustained investigation. So I give them an idea such as, how can we make art about emotions, or how can we create art using layers? It's kind of a basic topic, but then they have to tie it in with their theme. And then afterwards, they make a 3-part mini-series, and then of that mini-series they pick one idea to be their final. So essentially in the whole year, per sustained investigation, you're making 4 art pieces, 3 small, 1 large, and then throughout the whole year you're making 24 art pieces in all. And then the artwork is submitted to the College Board digitally right now because of COVID at the end of the school year. So it's kind of a really big deal, and it's a very long process, and it really gets you ready for that college level and exploring more independently creating art. So the qualifications for APR, essentially, as long as you have taken a first level course with me, so you've taken fundamentals, drawing and painting 1, ceramics and sculpture 1, and digital art 1. I would like to have you taken a second level course. That would be great, just because that extra knowledge and thinking and kind of having more of that independent study side that you get in the second level of digital art 2 or ceramics and sculpture 2 or drawing and painting 2 kind of helps before you kind of have to decide a concept. So I would definitely recommend that. You can take, but you do not have to take all the art courses before taking AP. You can also, as a junior, take it as a studio art course without the AP College Board connection with it, and you can kind of do like a practice round, and you don't have to submit a portfolio to the AP board during that time. So it's kind of nice to have that extra step, and then you can really be prepared for the next year and kind of develop your concepts in that way as well.
So APR differs from like normal art class. It's a lot more spread out upon like your due dates, and it's more of being relied on yourself, because at the end of the year we may have like this big project that we're doing right now. We have 2 weeks for it, so we have minis and then we have a final. So we can work with Mrs. Lewis as like a college professor, you would say. So she's very flexible upon that, but at the end of the year there's this thing that we have to do. It's basically like a big portfolio that you have to put in online to the College Board, and then you get based on like how you performed within your artwork and your thesis statement basically. So it's a lot more pressure upon yourself rather than just getting a project done for a class. It's more free will. We have a prompt. So right now, actually today during this class, she's presenting a sustained investigation presentation, which will give us a prompt, and we each have our own like general idea that we want to do. For example, Riley does genetics. I want to perceive how people see other people through art. So like working colors or like social statuses, that's what I do. Allie does something along the lines of like disabilities, and then Autumn does mental issues like anxiety, depression, and right now she's doing an exploding head syndrome one. So we all have our own things, so like we have a prompt and we have to do it. So it's kind of more of a free will kind of thing.
So in APR, you can use any type of mediums. We have one girl doing digital. I'm doing 3D along with another girl. And then LJ Decker is doing like 2D, where she can use all different kind of materials, from painting to, she could even do digital if she wanted to, because it is 2D. And so you can really use any type of mediums you want in AP. So my inspiration came from growing up with my dad. He works with people with disabilities, so that's kind of what I wanted to show in my art, how like they might have struggles in their life or just things that could help them in life. That's pretty much.
For our portfolio, basically throughout the year we've been doing mini-series, which is just, we'll make 3 different pieces of artwork to go with the topic that we chose at the beginning of the year. And after we finish those 3 minis, we will do a final over it, which is just a bigger, more in-depth piece of work. And at the end of the year, we will be submitting those finals into the AP College Board.
My projects are all 3D, so my process is a little bit different than other people's processes. We all start in our sketchbooks. We get a PowerPoint presented to us, and it has some guidelines, not a whole lot, just a few, like our topic for the, like we all have different topics, like overall topics, but she'll give us like a subtopic. Like our last sustained investigation was emotion, so we had to show emotion through our artwork. So then we have to put together a sketchbook with our materials, 10 different sketches of like those like different ideas that we could portray with artwork. And then from those 10 sketches, we then have to sketch 3 different sketches of what we want as our mini-series per se. And then we go about making those, and I usually in my sketchbooks put my materials up, like, because my materials are going to be different from everybody else's, so I have to come up with a whole list of different materials, and then I will start working. And then after that we move on with our finals, which is just one big project, and then we basically repeat that process over again, and should be able to have our final portray some of the stuff from our mini-series for them to all go together. AP Art is, honestly, I would like people to know that it is definitely time-consuming. It's very fun and very, like, some art can be relaxing as long as you stay on top of things. Like I said, it's time-consuming, so you are putting a lot of work and a lot of effort into it to make your projects and your mini projects the best you can. I would also like people to know that it's a very fun thing to do if you are interested in art, or also going into like an art-related field after high school and not like going into college for that type of stuff. It definitely helps. It definitely gives you enough projects to put into a portfolio to submit to colleges, like art colleges like that need them. If you are interested in art, I recommend taking it. Just know it's a lot of hard work.